Hello, everyone, and welcome to this course on perspectives on public administration. Public administration is not just about government offices, files, and policies. It is about how the state works, how decisions are implemented, and how public services reach citizens in their everyday lives. In this course, we will explore how public administration has evolved from the ideas of Kautilya's Arthashastra to modern theories of governance, public policy, and citizen participation. More importantly, we will understand how public administration actually works in practice and how it affects our everyday lives. First of all, let's discuss learning objectives. This course introduces you to the discipline of public administration, what it is, why it exists, and why it is important in governance and public policy. Second, we will understand the historical development of public administration, how administrative systems evolved over time, and how the subject evolved as an academic discipline. Third, the course will cover both classical and contemporary administrative theories. This means you will learn traditional ideas of administration as well as modern approaches that explain how administration works today. And finally, the course also explores alternative perspectives such as feminist approaches and global south perspectives. This helps you understand public administration in a more inclusive and a global, socially viable way. Learning outcomes. Now, let us look at the learning outcomes of the course. What are you expected to gain after completing this paper? By the end of this course, you should develop a strong understanding of conceptual foundations of public administration, the basic ideas, principles, and concepts on which the discipline is built. You will also understand how theories are developed and applied in public administration. In other words, how scholars explain administrative systems and how these ideas influence real administrative practices. Further, you will gain clarity on the process of theorizing, how knowledge in the discipline is created, debated, and improved over time. And finally, you will understand new perspectives like gender studies, how they influence theory and practice of public administration, shaping more inclusive and responsive systems of governance. Finally, let's discuss the syllabus. When we start Unit 1, the first thing we ask is a very simple question: what is public administration? Public administration means the organization and management of people and resources to achieve the goals of the state. In simple words, it is about how the government works in practice. Now, to understand this properly, we go back into history. We begin with the ancient roots of public administration, especially from India. Here, we study Kautilya's Arthashastra. This is not just a book, it is a complete manual of governance. It talks about how a state should run, how officials should behave, and how laws should work, how welfare should be ensured, and how administration should be organized. You will see that ideas like welfare state, discipline, hierarchy, law, accountability were already presented thousands of years ago. Then we move towards modern public administration. Here, we study how administration slowly became a separate academic discipline. We will trace the journey from the classical thinking of modern theories. We also study the principles of administration, ideas like efficiency, economy, organization, merit, and accountability. Finally, we look at theorizing public administration, how scholars try to explain administration using theories like managerialism, market based approaches, and governance models. So, Unit 1 is built around conceptual foundation. Unit 2, traditional theoretical perspectives. In Unit 2, we move into classical theories. We start with F.W. Taylor's scientific management. Taylor believed that work can be made efficient if it is done scientifically through planning, standardization, and systematic methods. Then comes Max Weber's bureaucracy. Weber explained how modern organizations work through hierarchy, rules, division of labor, impersonality, and merit based recruitment. This is the backbone of modern government system. After that, we study Elton Mayo's human relations theory. Here, the focus shifts from machines to structures to human beings. Mayo shows that workers are not robots. They have feelings, they have emotions, social needs, psychological motivations. Then we come to Herbert Simon, who says that administration is basically about decision making. According to him, administrations are decision makers and rationality is limited, what we call bounded rationality. Finally, we study Frederick's ecological approach, which tells us administration does not exist in isolation. It is shaped by culture, society, traditions, and environment. So, Unit 2 shows the journey from efficiency, structure, human behavior, decision making to the environment. Now, third unit, contemporary theoretical perspectives. Now we move into the modern thinking. First comes new public management. Here, administration borrows ideas from the private sector, which is efficiency, competition, market, performance, principles, and management techniques. Then we study new public services, which challenges this idea and says citizens are not customers, they are participants in democracy. After this, we move into governance models. We study good governance, which is a focus on transparency, accountability, participation, and rule of law. Then collaborative governance, where government, society, and private sector work together. Then network government, where power is not hierarchical but spread across networks. And finally, digital governance, where administration becomes digital through e governance and technology. This unit shows the shift from government to governance. And finally, the unit 4, gender perspectives on public administration. Now comes one of the most important and transformative units. Unit 4 introduces the concept of gender perspectives. Here, we understand that administration is not neutral, it is shaped by social structures, patriarchy, power relation, and inequality. We study gender and governance, which looks as representation, leadership, decision making, and power. Then we focus on gender sensitivity and how participation in administration can be effective. How women and marginalized genders can participate equally in governance. This includes gender inclusion policies, gender budgeting, equal opportunities, and justice oriented governance. This unit teaches us that true good development is impossible without gender justice. To conclude, this course is not just about theories, it connects ancient wisdom to classical theories, to modern governance, and to social justice. It helps you understand administration as a system of governance, a tool of development, a structure of power, and a mechanism of social change. In simple words, this subject helps you understand how the state works and how society is governed. To study this course, we have some essential readings that you may refer. You one unit for unit 1, for unit 2, for unit 3, and for unit 4. But it is not possible to read all these readings at once, so I have recommended a book, Public Administration from Government to Governance by Vidyut Chakrabarti and Prakash Chand. This book is from Orient Black Swan publication. Let us now discuss about the assessment process. So this course assesses you in two ways: internal assessment and continuous assessment, and university examination. You have a university examination after the end of the semester of 90 marks, and teacher have to give you 70 marks. These 70 marks have been divided into two parts: IA internal assessment, CA continuous assessment. For IA marks, the 30 marks are further divided into 6 plus 12 plus 12. 6 marks for attendance, 12 marks for test, and 12 marks for assignment. The CA of 40 marks has been divided into three parts: 5 marks for attendance, 15 marks for CA1, which could be presentation, CA2 for 20 marks, which could be another assignment or field work or any other creative activity. This makes us total to 160 marks. Thank you for attending this lecture video. Now we will see you in the classroom. My name is Mohammad Sahil. I am assistant professor in Department of Political Science, Bharati College, NC Web Center, University of Delhi. Thank you.